that there's a story behind you sticking around with Kerry playing.
Yeah, no doubt. Not a lot of people know this, but well, first and foremost, Ben Sauls, obviously the kicker. Me and Ben, we knew each other since freshman year of high school, so we go way back, just training. And last year I graduated, and obviously not the greatest year, not everything we wanted. So I had a couple talks with Ben and my family and his family together. And we just, we bonded so much that he kind of convinced me, why end on that when I have another year and we can come back and do something special. And one of the goals for me is obviously help him in any way get to the league, because obviously he's an NFL-capable kicker. So I want to do anything in my power that I can do to aid that and help him get to that next level. So
supporting Ben Sauls was a big reason.
Yeah, it sounds a little corny, but he's like a brother to me. So an extra family member, and I'd do anything for him. So he asked, and it didn't take a lot of convincing. So that's the main reason.
What was your plan B if you had not come back?
Honestly, I don't think I was ready for that either. I graduated with marketing and supply chain, so something in sales, some type of business. But definitely wasn't fully ready for that. But if I had to be, I had to be. So I appreciate him for bringing me back, because I love this. I love this stuff, doing this every day.
What are the things that you guys got close about? I mean, beyond just like kind of just working together so closely, but the things that made you guys become friends and then become very close right now.
Yeah, just similarities. A lot of kickers and specialists, they come from soccer, and we both played soccer growing up our whole lives, club soccer, high school soccer, and we started both kicking when we were in high school. Met with the same training coach, and we trained for a while, and we just have a lot of similarities from our backgrounds, where we grew up, and just family-wise and everything. And I think just the bonds from that carried into football, and we're just. I wouldn't say I'm closer than anyone on this team than him.
When you say you want to help Ben reach the NFL, what kind of things can you do to help him?
Yeah, obviously, like I hold, so just making sure everything's perfect for him. It's a little look beyond. Not a lot of people pay attention to that. Sometimes when a kick's missed, it can be the hold. It could be the snap. Not a lot of people look at that. They see a missed or made kick, and it's usually on the kicker or not. But there's a lot that goes on within that, and also his mental. I know him better than probably anyone on this team, I think, just from knowing him for so well. So I think that helping him mature and just get his mental right and just prepare him for that next step, I think I want to be there every step of the way, just preparing him. And even when he gets there, just always on the phone call, just making sure his mind's right and preparing him for that next step.
What's a holder's mentality like? It catches the ball, but it makes the play go.
Yeah. There's a lot more to it, You got to make sure everyone's on the field. You got 11 guys. You got to watch the clock. You got to make sure the snapper's right, everything's right. Make the snapper look as good as he can, even when he's not. Because honestly, if the hold's not perfect, the kick won't be perfect. So it's a crucial part of the game, to be honest.
You have to spin it so it doesn't kick the laces.
Yes, yeah. So obviously, if the laces are flipped, you have to get them around. It's not fun as a kicker to kick laces backwards, as many of you know. So anything I can do to make it look perfect is what I try to do.
You ever miss and not spin it? And
Yeah.
He gets mad at you?
Yeah. And it's a good conversation, I don't want to make any mistakes, but everyone makes mistakes. We all know that. So when it happens, and you got to move on from it one play at a time, because we don't have many plays, but that's why you try to perfect it in practice.
How many times can you make the laces out and joke before it gets old?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
How many times can you make the joke laces out and it not get old?
Probably a million. I mean, I don't think anyone ever gets tired of it, but our new snappers that we brought in from last year, Nico Crawford and Nile Upa is what we call them. Both phenomenal snappers. Really, really good mindsets, really mature players. And I think whoever's in the game, I completely trust with all my heart. I think they're both doing a phenomenal job so far. And I think bringing in Coach Bro, his mindset, his energy, I mean, I don't know if you guys talk to him, but he's a contagious guy. I mean, he's got the juice all the time. So everything getting put together it's really looking good.
We're talking about holding, but you came here as a punter.
Correct.
Right? So you probably came in and thought after a year or two you get that chance, and after you're here a year or two, they bring in a scholarship guy. They bring in how tough were the last couple of years for you, maybe seeing that opportunity drift away?
Yeah, it's not easy. obviously, like you said, I came in wanting to punt. That was the dream. I played a couple games a couple years back. Didn't go as planned, not as well as I wanted to. But don't swindle any opportunity, Like, my goal was to get on the field. And after, they bring in other guys and they're doing well. Caleb Junko, phenomenal punter. After that happens, I want to find a way on the field. So, if holding the ball every time, if I get on the field 4 times a game, I'm going to make it perfect. I want to be the best I can. I want to help the team in any way I can, whether that's leadership or just holding the ball every day, But I'm still punting. I stopped for a little, obviously, when they brought a couple guys in. So that was a rough patch, trying to regain your footsteps. But once again, Coach Bro really helped with that confidence, just getting confidence back. Because when you come out of high school, every high school kid that comes to a D1 school's got confidence. And, if you keep playing, you can gain it. If you lose some, if you don't play, sometimes you lose that confidence. And he really helped gain that back. And he helped me love the sport again. It fell off a little, honestly, when things didn't go well like that. But, he changed my perspective on things. And I'm really just trying to do my best every day.
You meditate too?
Meditate? Ben does a lot, so he's gotten me into it a little. At first, I was kind of a little, that's not my thing. But not as much meditating, but just self-talk, before you go out there. You see it a lot with guys in the pros. Just talk to yourself because, like visualize it in your head. If you visualize in your head that you're going to do well, it's very hard to not succeed because you see it before you see everything in your head. Picture it up, so that helps a lot.
You said
You go to same high school?
you just
Say that again?
You didn't go to the same high
No,
school?
so yeah, we met freshman year. We were really young. He is from Tip City, Ohio, and I grew up in Pittsburgh, so we were really nowhere near each other. And we met through a coach who was up in Buffalo. His name's Adam Tanowski, great guy. And we trained for forever. And he would come over to Pittsburgh. I'd come over to Ohio. We'd train all the time and just kind of build that bond. And it worked out really well. We joked all the time freshman year that, we'd end up at the same school and never really planned it out. He committed somewhere else before I committed somewhere else as well. And, the stars aligned and we ended up here. So I'm very grateful for that.
you said Coach Bernowski helped you regain your love of the game. How did he do that? Is it just his coaching style?
His coaching style and him as a man, the way he carries himself, the way he is as a family man, he treats his family like it's, a blessing every day. And just it made me realize how grateful I am to be here. Like we were talking about with going to get a job, I thought of it as like, I've been here for long enough and, it's time to hang it up. But, getting to see like 120 guys every day, it's awesome. Like, every kid by name, and you don't really see that in any other sport because there's that many players. So he really pushed that mindset and that confidence back just to trust and love everyone. And I love every single one of my players, and I'm here to just help lead and do anything I can.
What's the relationship been like with Caleb, and what have you guys been trying to work on this offseason?
Yeah, biggest thing, confidence and consistency. As a kicker, you got to be consistent. As a punter, you got to be consistent because obviously at the next level, if you're not, things don't go well. You only get 4 plays a game, so you have to stay consistent. Me and Caleb, we grew a relationship over the past year. At first, obviously, he goes in and I come out, and you get a little hard-headed, a little upset about it. But I can't say he's probably the second guy I'm closest with, and we hang out all the time, and I love the kid. He's like a little brother. And he came in with not a lot of experience, but probably the strongest leg I've ever seen, truthfully. He has power like I've never seen, NFL power. And just we got to help him get that consistency back. And it's been a great spring and a great summer, and I think good things are going to happen. And the relationship in the entire specialist room, just getting the culture back. I think we lost some of the culture last year, some of the leadership from the older guys, including myself. And that's a big reason, we struggle. You don't have that confidence, that culture, that gritty Pittsburgh culture that everyone carries here. So bringing that back and bringing it into the specialist room, my goal is just to make sure that everyone's on task and locked into the moment and caring about everyone, Because when you're competing in the same position, you can get a little, hard-headed and want to beat the other guy out, but you got to realize that's your teammate still. So you got to love him, you got to root for him and help him in every way you can.
Did you hold it, Bell Vernon?
Yeah, sorry. I kicked and punted at Bell Vernon. My best friend from home, he was a receiver. He held for me. He's pretty solid. But I didn't hold until college. And I was thankful enough that I came in with Ben because I only hold lefty now. Like I can hold both, but being able to hold with him the whole way until now is awesome because it's not very easy to switch from a righty to a lefty, and you don't have a lot of lefty kickers. So that's another reason I came back is switching over from a righty holder to a lefty's like a guy that holds for a righty kicker to a lefty is very difficult. So I'm grateful that I've been with him through the whole process.
You become a holder here, would someone come up to you and say, we need you to hold?
So usually, obviously, the punter, usually the starting punter is the holder, obviously. So when we got here, it was me and Ben, and we were the younger guys to Alex Kessman and Kirk, the old punter and kicker. And Kirk helped a lot, just learning how to hold and stuff, and talked to me and just treated it like that's another whole position, and that's another way to, like I said, that's another way to get on the field. So I trained it like it was punting every day, 50, 100 holds, anything I can do, just to perfect that craft in any way I could.
Have you trained bad snaps? Is that something you guys do pretty
Yeah.
regularly?
So we have a couple days set. So like in our warm-ups, we'll do, we'll get down and you'll throw some weird looking snaps, stuff that you probably will never catch, hopefully, from the snapper, but it helps you. It's just like a receiver throwing, those awkward passes and awkward catches that you don't expect. So that when you get into the game, God forbid it happens, you're prepared for it. And then we also do, we're in Pittsburgh, so the weather here, if you're around here. We do we'll water the balls up and get them like soaked so that, you work on your hands in case it rains for a game. And that really prepares you for the games because it happens. You're in Pittsburgh and Heinz Field, Acrisure, sorry. One of the hardest stadiums to be a specialist in, it's the shortest, longest field goal in NFL history out of all places. So it's tough. So you really train yourself, and that's why if you're good here, you're good at the next level.
Is your third year?
This is my third year. Yeah, this will be my third year. My first year holding was the year of when we won the Sun Bowl and the game winner, which was pretty special.
Anything final?
You guys got any new trash cans put around here to put bro or something?
I hope we can replace all of them, but yeah, that's the kind of juice you need, You need guys like that. I think all the coaches we brought in are phenomenal. That new young energy is contagious. So all the players want to play behind it. I love it.
I can see a lot from you in the spring, but how are you feeling going into fall camp and the season overall?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. Obviously missed out on spring ball. Coming into fall, just trying to prove myself. I'm trying to compete. Got my legs back under me, flying around, so I'm feeling good.
How tough was it? You're all geared up, you're excited, you transferred to Pitt, and then can't practice.
Yeah, it's obviously tough. Going to the portal, I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew I wasn't going to be in spring ball. So just coming in, I just wanted to get my body in the best shape I could, get a lot stronger, quicker, faster, so that when this time came around, I'm prepared and ready.
It seems like every linebacker here plays a couple different positions at least. Where are you working out and when do you think they want you to play?
Yeah. So right now I'm at Mike in the base look, and I bounce around a little bit in the Delta packages for our third down. But yeah, Mike's my main position right now.
Why Mike? What makes you fit there?
So I've always played money or will my entire career until 2021. Moved over to Mike. I just feel more comfortable there. You have more control of the defense, something I like to do. I like to be a leader out there. And you're in the middle of the field, you get to fly around left to right. You're not subject to just the boundary or just the field, So Mike, you get both sides.
Were you injured before you got here?
I'm not going to disclose any injuries right now.
You pretty tight with Brandon then? Learning the mic, you spent a lot of time with him?
Yeah, me and Brandon are pretty close. He's helped me a lot coming in. He's a guy that's been in that room. He's an older guy, so me and him kind of coming in, just working together as a unit, as two veterans, and trying to get the Sharks as best as we can.
What have you been impressed by, the young guys in the linebacker room? You guys got a lot of sophomores, redshirt sophomores that are kind of creeping their way into this rotation.
Yeah, they're terrific. Guys like Kyle Lewis, Braylon Lovelace, them two dudes are going to be very good. Kyle, I kind of seen a little bit of myself back in my earlier on career days at OU. He kind of flies around like me, bends, gets to the ball. So he's a ball player for sure.
talk about trying to get this defense to be more aggressive this year. For you coming in as a newcomer, how are you trying to bring in like a new flavor of that attitude?
Yeah, I'm just trying to bring that juice. You know, when we're blitzing, you're gonna know we're blitzing. When we're in coverage and when we're making a tackle, you're gonna know, we're hitting. So, just coming in, trusting Coach Bates, trusting Coach Manilak and their system of what we got going on. Coach Bates always preaches we're gonna be the most aggressive team in the nation, and I truly believe that in the way our linebacker core takes pride in everything that we do. I feel like we're gonna be very, very aggressive.
A lot of the message this season are from players who were part of last season. They can't say, what's it been like for you as a new guy? Was it part of that to kind of embrace that message and get on that train with them?
Yeah. So I obviously knew, last year wasn't the best season for Pitt. But it's a new season. It's 2024. We got a lot of new faces in here. Everyone has to buy in to what we want to accomplish, which is the ACC championship, and then playing in the playoffs and getting to the national championship. That's something that we hold dear to our hearts. So me coming in as a new guy, I just want to make sure I'm doing the right things. Fit into the culture that's already here, and do my job and my role.
When you guys look at film of what Pitt's defense is supposed to look like, how much film do you look at from last year versus maybe the years before that when the defense was ranking at the top of it?
Yeah, you can obviously see it a little bit. When I first was getting recruited, I watched a lot of film over Servase Dennis, and he flew around, and you could really see that on film. And that's something Coach Manilak wanted to bring me in and kind of incorporate and copy a little bit. So just from the 2021 ACC championship team, and then watching film from last year, you guys obviously see a little difference, but 2024 is going to be even better.
You talked in the spring when we got to talk to you. You mentioned part of the reason you came here was Coach Manilak. How has your relationship with him grown and evolved since you've been here?
Yeah, we're very close. Coach Manilak, I look at him like a father figure. Terrific dude. He teaches us a lot of morals outside of football. Not everything's on the field. He wants to evolve us for after football and have terrific life skills. So I think that's where we kind of, mix a little bit. I like the way he brings energy on that field. Kind of different from my last position coach. Me and him were very close, but he wasn't a rah-rah type of guy. Coach Manilak will yell at you a little bit, will nip at you, and that's something I honestly want. So I'm ready for that at the next level.
Did you go in the portal because you wanted a shot at playing our conference football?
Most definitely, yeah. Wanted to get to Power 5 football, obviously, playing the ACC, and reach the next goal, which is the NFL.
Anything final for Key?
Very impressive spring that the team kind of celebrated a bit. What were things that you focused on after that to get ready for this summer game?
Just working on the little things, just being more consistent, Just for me, it's just focusing on the little details because those matter a lot in this offense. So just keeping my head up and just focusing more.
Ryan Baer and Brandon Taylor talked a little about the conditioning and just kind of improving their athleticism in general, kind of changing their bodies over the summer. Did you have to do any of that in anticipation of playing in kind of more out-tempo offense?
I really didn't have to do any of it, but for myself, I just wanted to maybe just drop a few pounds just to be faster, but not too much.
BJ, when I talked to Coach Darbo the other day, he said, he kind of said that about you guys. He said, we love bulldozers, but we also love Ferraris. So what has that been like as a unit to kind of just be, he says, you guys have all become a little bit more faster and more athletic. Have you seen that change over the unit, and how difficult has that been for you guys?
It's been, great. It's like from last year, definitely it's like a great transition, because we can just play fast, just play physical. Like the Ferrari, we just always going fast. So, it's not much to just dwell on, just keep going forward.
How much weight did you lose?
About 3 pounds, just
How much?
like 3 pounds.
3?
Not too
It wasn't
much.
hard to do, I guess.
You heard about running off the ball. That's the thing that you guys want to do this year. Pat talked about he wants you guys to think less, attack more. How much have you seen that kind of translate to your game versus what you were doing last year?
Like compared to last year, we're getting up to the ball, making signals, calling out, so that's kind of like slow. But now we always run up to the ball, we set the point, and we just go. So it's just a lot faster now.
Caleb Holmes played in high school, right?
Yep.
What's it like having him up at this level now?
It feels great, to have him up here, just learn with him, grow with him, teach him up a little bit. So it just feels great to have. He's like a brother up here, so it just feels great to have him up here.
A big part of his improvement and helping.
Yeah, I would say so.
We've sort of both talked about the importance of getting you guys to come together. What are some things that maybe he's done that's helped you guys maybe coalesce better as like a group, even off the field if he's done that?
Like off the field, like one time we went to like the Buffalo Wild Wings, so they had like the all-you-can-eat boneless wings. So he took us all out there, and we just ate so many wings with him. So that's one thing he did off the field, and just on the field, we're just bonding together. He's always joking with us. It just feels great with him.
All right. So how many wings did you eat, and who ate the most?
I think I ate about 31. I think Bear had the most, like 45. I think.
45?
Yeah, I think Bear had like 45. Yeah.
What are some of the ways that you guys have improved in terms of run protection compared to last season?
I think we're just being more physical, more, just knowing what we're doing, because we play fast now. So, it's not too much just to think about, so we just go.
You, Terrence, and Ryan Bear were all kind of pressed into service last year with injuries and everything. Has that made you guys closer? And do you feel like having to step up at such a young age, that you'll be able to make an even greater leap this year?
Yeah, it definitely built our chemistry a lot, because we just, playing together, that's just what just builds us up together, and, it makes it easier to play with each other. Like, I know his tendencies, he knows my tendencies, so it's just a lot easier.
What's Ryan Jacoby been like this year? He was hurt all last year. He was one of the veterans on this team, one of the oldest guys in this offensive line. What's he been like this year?
He's been a leader. He has a lot of knowledge, so we can learn a lot from him, just from what he does in protection, run block. So his IQ is just high, so it's just easy to learn from him and copy what he's doing.
Is he like the vocal leader of the offensive line? Like, who breaks you guys down?
I'll say Branson.
What's he like as a leader? Like, just the way he challenges?
He just always challenges us to keep going, never give up. He's always, even if like we have like a bad play, he's just like, don't dwell on that, just keep going. He just never lets us get down ourselves.
Who are you among like the guys that you're playing with along the start? Who do you feel like you've been closest to as far as learning the offense and just day in and day out being working with them the most?
Like one singular person?
Yeah, if there's a person, if there is a person.
I would just say Bear, because he's my right tackle. So we always just talk about things, after a series, what we've seen out there and just what can we do to improve on it.
You haven't started your sophomore year of college yet. So you're still young, but did you feel like a young guy with as much as you played last year, rolling early and everything like that?
I would say so. I still got a lot to learn out there. So, I would still say I'm still a young guy out there.
Anything final? BJ, thank you.
Ryan, you feel like you're back 100%, not having to worry about anything right now?
Yes, sir. I feel great. To be honest, going out there, I don't even think about it. Like, I go out there with the thoughts that I am fully. I got fully cleared on Monday actually, and I'm ready to roll.
How challenging was it to go through last season, not being able to get in there and play?
Man, it sucked. It really did suck because last year was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be my year, man. And going down in training camp, it really did. It hurt, and but I knew that I was gonna fight back hard, and I really did. I worked really hard this offseason, and even during the season was my offseason pretty much. And I had a really good staff in the training room and in the weight room, and they got me stronger, and I feel like my knee's stronger now.
Throughout last season, how did you stay involved with the guys?
With the guys, it was easy to stay involved with the guys. I went to every meeting, tried to help as much as I could. And I honestly more off the field, because it wasn't a great year. So a lot of guys had their heads down and trying to just keep positive and motivate people. And that's what I was trying to do.
Who was your support system keeping you motivated, keeping your spirits up?
Well, I mean, my mom and dad. I love my mom and dad. I'm very blessed with them. Right when I had surgery, my mom got an Airbnb down here for a week, and she was cooking me meals for a week, cleaning my house. So, I mean, I love her. But really, my roommates, they did everything for me. We live in Oakland, so we have stairs in our house. So being 300 pounds going up crutches on stairs could be hard. But they were with me every step of the way. That if I needed something, they would help me. So my roommates and my parents really got me through it.
Who are your roommates?
So last year it was Jake Cradle, Matt Altsman, and Gavin Bartholomew.
How has Jeremy Darvell sort of helped you grow this season?
I think Coach Darvaux brings a new aspect to offensive line play. I mean, he challenges us in every aspect, and he really I'd say his vocal. He wants us to do good, and he tells us what he wants us to do.
You've been here for 3 offenses. We know the receivers and the running backs are excited about this offense. How have you taken to it? What have been your impressions of the offense so far?
Yeah, I mean, this offense is something that it brings me back to like high school that we were in this kind of offense, and I love it. I mean, it kind of really is an offensive lineman dream. I mean, we're worried more about playing fast than anything, so if we're just running off the ball, that's what we're looking to do.
How did you see the young offensive linemen, BJ, Terrence, and Ryan? How did you see them grow and evolve over the course of last year?
I mean, it was actually really cool watching them play because BJ was a true freshman, man. Being an offensive lineman as a true freshman and playing is tough. It's real tough. You're kind of playing against people 2-3 years older than you, and watching that it was really cool, honestly, to see him develop because he really did get thrown in there, and he did really good for a freshman. And so I'm excited to see what he can do this year and just build off of that.
You guys finished last in rushing last year as a team. Granted, part of that was the lack of rushing because of the situation. How much has it been an emphasis to be a strong running team, even with the up-tempo offense you guys want?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we're running the ball, that means the safeties and linebackers have to come down, and that opens up deep shots. So if we can run the ball, that's what we want to do. Yes, sir.
You said you ran a fast-paced offense in high school?
Yeah, more.
How fast did you guys go then?
I mean, in high school, we never huddled or anything, so that's kind of it, and we're not really going to huddle this year. And so just being able to line up, get on the ball, and keep on going and getting in shape, that's what it's really about right now is getting in shape, especially with this hot day, is getting in shape and so we can last longer than the defense.
Were you able to do a lot of the conditioning stuff over the summer that they had?
Yeah, so I ran all summer. I got back to running spring ball-ish time.
Did you have to become more athletic and faster to kind of fit in this offensive line scheme that Coach Darvaux lets run?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You got to be able to run off the ball. If you can't run off the ball, you're not going to really play in this offense.
You and Jason are going to be battling out the guard position. What's the competition like, and how have you been making each other better through that competition?
Yeah, I mean, competition brings out the best in everybody, I think. So being in a position battle is actually really good for both of us. And, I mean, we compete with each other every day. We're locker neighbors, so, there's no bad blood or anything. We're brothers. We're just trying to make each other better, really, and best man will win.
I know it's a new offense, you guys are feeling things out, but you guys feel like you have like a couple runs yet already that you're like, we know that when we call this, we're getting yards. That's always just the confidence point. It's like, hey, we run this play no matter what they're in, we know we can get 4 or 5.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have a couple plays where it's like, we know, like, if it's short yardage, we're running this play, and we're going to get the first down or touchdown.
You guys looking forward to like fully padded like lives just to show up against this defense and kind of prove who's the better unit this time?
Absolutely. I mean, especially for me, I've almost been a year that I haven't hit anybody. So, I mean, just the past couple of days have been really fun for me, honestly. I mean, we're playing a kid's game, and it's awesome to get back out there and hit people and not get in trouble for it.
Is training camp the first time you've been able to kind of take some reps, 11 on 11 with the team, in this new offense?
Kinda. We did a little bit in the summer, but obviously it was like walk-through tempo. But yeah, so it pretty much is. Yeah, full go.
Everything you expected, we're watching on film, we're looking at plays and playbook.
Yeah, I mean, so I think studying a playbook, you can study it all you want, but you're not going to know it till you actually get into it and walk through it and run through the plays. So I think that's helped me a lot this summer, being able to do those walkthroughs and actually be in the huddle again. Man, my first time I went back in that huddle, everybody was like clapping for me a little bit. It was fun getting back in that huddle.
Is there still some learning curve to this offense, or is it starting to click now?
I would say both. I mean, there's definitely going to be a learning curve, because we're installing a lot, but we're understanding it, and we've been going over it for a while. And Coach Darvaux does a really good job installing it. So I mean, I don't think there's been with the first 2 groups. I don't know if there's been really any mental errors. So I think we're doing a pretty good job of understanding the offense.
You spent all spring camp watching these new defensive tackles. go through the practice. Is there anybody, once you guys put on full pads, anybody you're kind of looking forward to locking up with a little bit?
Everybody really, but I don't know. I have a really good relationship with Nick James, and so I'm looking forward to battling with Nick James a little bit.
Do you know him or like?
No, I mean we just like talk crap to each other a lot. So we're really good friends though, and it'll be fun to just compete against him a little bit.
You must be pretty darn eager to get out there because you didn't play a whole lot at High State when you came here.
Yes, sir.
Missed the whole year. What's that like? You know, all this energy being blown up inside you.
Yeah, I mean, this is my 6th year of college football. I mean, the most I've played was at tight end, so I'm excited to hopefully earn my spot at guard and get to play on the offensive line.
The backyard brawl might be that game you're really itching to get back and like get.
Absolutely. I mean, my best memory I have of college football is the backyard brawl when I carried Rodney in the end zone. So I think I scored a touchdown, but he doesn't say so.
Anything else?
Thank you, guys.